You're listening to the Platte River Bard. Chanticleer Community Theater is opening their next production, The Cemetery Club, December 2nd through the 4th and 9th through the 11th. Chanticleer is empowering older women with this play and offered some exciting opportunities for our local female actors. The Cemetery Club is a comedy that celebrates the friendships and relationships between women, as well as living with the weight of grief. We talked with their director, Joey Hartshorn.
And it's pretty deep. This show is emotional, it's hilarious, it is friendship, it's love, it's loss, and it is moving on and finding it within your heart to be able to accept the things that have come.
We were also able to talk with Phyllis Cremonini, who plays Ida, Heather Wilhelm, who plays Doris, Connie Lee, who plays Lucille, and as well as their director Joey Hartshorn, we talked with stage manager Riley Pope. Also in this cast, but who we missed talking with, are Michael Taylor Stewart, who plays Sam, and Terry Benedictus, who plays Mildred. The playwright, Ivan Menchel, wrote The Cemetery Club, which premiered in May of 1990 on Broadway. It was directed by Pamela Berlin, who had directed Steel Magnolias off-Broadway at the WPA Theaters and Lucille Lortel Theaters, as well as the national tour in Chicago and Pasadena. The Cemetery Club's Broadway cast included Eileen Heckert, Elizabeth Franz, Doris Bilac, Lee Wallace, and Judith Granite. In 1993, The Cemetery Club became a movie starring Olympia Dukakis, Ellen Bernstein, and Diane Ladd. Ivan Menchel has been a writer for other shows off-Broadway, such as Smiling Through and We'll Meet Again. In 2001, he wrote the book for the stage adaptation of Bonnie and Clark, and he also has a Midwest connection when his play Club of Hearts was performed at the New Theater Restaurant in Overland Park, Kansas in 2005 with Sally Struthers in the cast. Chanticleer has put together an electric cast that is bringing life and friendship to their production. You won't want to miss this endearing play, and you can find all about it here at the Platte River Bard.
Hello, and welcome to the Platte River Bard. This is Chris Berger.
And I'm Sherry Berger.
And we are here today at Pace. Thank you. We are talking to Phyllis Cremonini, we are talking to Heather Wilhelm, and we are talking to Connie Lee. Right now, we'll be talking to the director of this show in a little bit. The name of the show is The Cemetery Club. Thank you three for talking with us today. We are totally interrupting your rehearsal.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, and which means we got to see a little bit of the show, which was really great. You've got accents and everything happening.
We're trying.
Yeah, we hope so. If that's what you call them.
This is a small cast play, yeah?
Yeah, 5 people. Yeah.
So just 2 others in addition to you?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, and what's that, another female and a lonely male?
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, poor guy.
Bob, I think it's Bob.
Michael.
Michael
Taylor Stewart.
That's right. No, Sam. That's right. The character name is
Oh,
Sam.
yes,
That's
the
right.
character name is Sam.
Sam the Butcher.
Yes,
I
the
believe.
Playboy Butcher.
The best butcher in the whole world.
Ooh.
So what made you want to try out for this play?
I saw it years ago, and I was charmed by it. I mean, it's just a really charming, moving, funny piece. I kind of liken it to if you took Steel Magnolias and you put it in Queens, New York.
Okay.
So the friendships between the women, the love lives, the life, death, a lot of stuff happens, but they're there for each other, and it's moving, but it's funny.
Wow.
It's very funny, yeah.
So did you know that you wanted the specific roles that you received?
No, we just came and auditioned, and I think the director decided who would fit the parts best. So she can talk to you about that.
I kind of wanted the one I got.
Did you? Yeah.
I would have done any of the 3.
Yeah, I would say they're all 3 are really great parts.
I kind of wanted the one I got.
She said when she told me that I had the part of Doris, I was like, really? And she was like, she was like, yes, because she says it like it is. And I'm like, oh, thanks.
There you go.
Perfect.
You know, it's also nice to find a show that has such meaty parts for women our age.
Yes.
Too.
Yes.
And that's what also
Yes.
made it really attractive.
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
you asked why we auditioned. That's one
Yeah.
of the reasons why I auditioned, because there are not a lot of parts for people our age, bigger parts.
There are
It shows
darn
that they're
few,
doing,
darn few parts
Yeah.
for women over a certain
Yes.
age.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then to have the chance to work with other women, which I
Right.
love.
Yes.
They don't
Yeah.
put
So
on
Yeah.
any
yeah,
of
that's
No.
one of the
So-
reasons I did. And then the second was because I wanted to work with Joey again. So, yeah.
Yeah, usually it seems like a lot of those parts get relegated to a small part, and you're just sort of color and then gone.
Yes.
Or there are none.
Or
Truly.
there are none, there
There
are zero.
are many in a whole season where there aren't any women over a certain age.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Well, this is certainly a good one. I said this has been around since the 90s, but didn't they do a movie?
Yes.
They did.
Yes, I did about
93.
1990. I think the play's
Yeah.
been around since about 1988 or
Or
something
88,
like that.
okay,
Yeah.
late 80s, yeah, okay.
Yeah, the movie was actually, it came out in 93.
Oh, it was 93.
It was 93.
Okay.
And personally, I like the play better, but
Yeah, me too.
I heard there's differences,
there's
yeah.
there's a few
Yeah.
differences, yeah.
So,
Well,
yeah.
they had such a bigger cast too, I guess.
Yes.
for
Oh,
most
yeah.
of the
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, you know, in the
Yeah.
movies, they can take you places and move you and do this and do
Yeah.
that. With the play, it's all immediate. You're
See, I like that.
experiencing that intimacy with everybody. I just, I like
Well,
that.
yeah, and from what I've heard, the play is a better version.
It is.
Yes.
It's a very-
Yes.
It's a way
Yeah.
better
I think
version.
so,
It
yeah.
very
Much
much so.
better.
Yeah, which is cool, because if you've seen the movie and liked it, come see the play.
Yes.
It's even better.
Yeah, it is good.
Well, it's in such a beautiful space too.
Yeah, exactly. Here at
Pace.
Pace.
You can't,
Oh, yeah.
It's a
can't
gorgeous
beat that.
theater.
Yeah,
It's such
it
a great
is.
theater, and it still has that new theater smell.
Yes.
and-
It does.
Isn't it nice?
So, what's been the biggest challenge for you guys
Yes.
in this role?
Oh, for me, I think it's been, this is the largest part I've had in about 25 years.
Oh.
And, well, I moved here about 14 and a half years ago, and I've been doing theater probably about 13. And, and when you're the new kid, you kind of start in the smaller parts, a lot of ensemble work and musicals and stuff. And then I tried out for a couple of regular plays and have some small, juicy little parts. And this is the largest part I've had in many years. And I think the biggest challenge for me has been learning all the lines, because it's just so many lines. But we're there, and these guys have been incredibly helpful, and of course, and Joey as well. And so, it's come together. So it's like even this old brain works,
Right,
so it
yes,
works.
Yes. Oh, small class plays are so fun, but
Yeah.
but then again, there's only 5 people for
Yeah.
all those lines.
Yep.
I know that's the only drawback on it. I'm going to do
Yeah,
that
very
right
much
now
so.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how did you get involved? Because I love asking people this. How did you get involved in theater? What got you in?
My goodness. I've been doing theater and music stuff since I was small. My family, both sides of my family, they're very musical, so I've been doing it since I was very small. I moved to Omaha about 17 years ago now.
Okay.
And so I think my first big role that I did in Omaha was Ursula at the Rose Theater.
Oh, cool.
Which was very fun, and that kind of got me more involved, and I wanted to do more and more of it. So that was very fun.
Since
yeah.
a kid. See,
You never gave it up.
No, never.
That's wonderful.
But again, my family's very musical, so and believe me, very theatrical. So
They're listening right now.
I know. Yeah. I'll tell them not to listen.
So ever since you were a little kid, see, always around something.
Mm-hmm.
See, I came to it later. When did you come to theater?
Oh, I was in 5th grade.
5th grade?
Fifth grade. The local high school was casting for The Sound of Music.
The sound of
And they came to the, elementary schools to cast kids, and I was cast as Gretel. And, I mean, I was in love with it from day 1. So immediately after that, there was no drama classes to take until you were in high school. So I took it in summer school. And, they had summer school drama classes, so I went to those. And then, I've pretty much been involved ever since.
People our age
Big time.
don't have the opportunities, I don't think, that kids these days do.
Yep.
Oh, no.
I'm so jealous.
So-
Yeah.
I go to these
They
schools,
don't.
Yeah.
and they're so nice, and they have all this stuff, and their
Yeah.
theaters are so beautiful, and I'm like, man, our theater was bailed together with
Yeah,
duct tape.
exactly.
Oh, man.
When I was at school, we only had a senior class play in high school.
That was it?
And that's the first time I had an opportunity to do theater, and then got hooked and started doing it in college. Even though it wasn't my major, I did it on the side, and then as an adult when I could. So
Wow.
Yeah.
So what's been your biggest role that you've done in your career?
Or favorite.
I've done, the biggest role, I did a one-woman show,
Oh, well, yeah.
Flapper, about Zelda Fitzgerald.
Okay.
And so that was
heard
my
of the last
biggest
one.
one. But then I've also done two-person show, same time next year, in which in the movie Ellen Burstyn is, who played Ida in the movie version of this show.
But her name
that's
is
right.
but her name is not Ida, right? It's
no,
Esther.
it's something else.
It's Esther.
but it's
They
that
renamed a
character.
bunch of people.
Yeah, they did. It was
So-
weird.
And I think my favorite role I ever played, and that's really hard because they're so apples and oranges, but I played Mrs. Robinson in The Graduate.
Oh, excellent.
And that was a gas.
Oh, that had
Yeah.
to be fun.
wow.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I think probably my favorite role is what I mentioned earlier, Ursula, but I also got to play Joanne and Company, which is another. I got to see Patti LuPone this summer on Broadway, and they closed like a week after I was
Yeah.
there. So that was a really fun role too.
Yeah.
But yeah, these plays are fun. I never thought I could do a play.
Oh, really?
Yeah, my first big play was last year. I was in a play in Bellevue, and then I thought, well, I guess I can try again.
So you only did musicals before?
You just
Oh my
stuck to
gosh.
musicals.
Yeah.
I did mostly musicals as well.
And you
pretty
stuck
much.
to musicals a lot,
Pretty
too.
much.
And I did mostly not.
And you did mostly straight plays.
Well, I started out dancing, and so, I did do musicals. But I really found that I liked scene work and plays. And I don't have a great singing voice, so there's that.
Connie says, I can't sing.
So there's no singing in this particular
No.
production.
No
There's
singing.
humming.
I
There's
hum.
humming. We hum.
There's humming.
We
There's
hum.
humming.
We're melodic in our delivery of things.
Well, how would you describe this play then to someone who's thinking about seeing it? The Cemetery Club.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it, it's a
what would
weird
they-
title.
What would they think if they haven't seen the movie?
Well, I kind of already gave my take on it. Does somebody else want to?
Yeah, tell us. What's your big takeaway?
Go
What
ahead,
do you
Phyllis.
like?
It's about three friends from Queens, New York, from a Jewish community who have been friends for years, and even when their husbands were alive, they were thick as thieves, the six of them going on cruises and dancing and all
Lot
that
of
kind of
shared
stuff, a lot
history.
of shared history. And then over time, their husbands have passed away, and they have a once a month meeting to get together and have tea, and then go off to the cemetery and have a chance to sit and talk with their husbands, and then from there on it moves to gets to a point where my character Ida decides that maybe it's just time that I move on, and Lucille had kind of moved on.
In a way. Lucille's kind of outrageous.
Yeah, she's outrageous. And Doris, she's not moving anywhere as far as
I say it
moving
like
on.
it is.
But, so my character ends up wanting to start to see someone, and that's Sam the butcher. And then these two decide that maybe I'm too good for him or something, maybe, or he's too good for me. No, I'm too good for him, but he's not good enough for me. Anyway, to break up our little threesome. So then things ensue. But
Hilarity
Don't give that away.
we're not giving anything else away. But I guess
Yeah, they have quite different takes on everything.
Yeah.
And yet they back each other. They argue,
All
but
the
they
time.
back each other up. They go through things and come
they
out
couldn't
the
be
other
more
side.
different.
Yeah.
But
I
they're all
would
best
say
friends.
it's a very funny show.
Oh, yeah.
But it's also bittersweet.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Okay.
there are some really special moments in the show that are touching. Not only is it funny, but it can be really touching at times.
For sure.
Especially with the friendship.
The women, we bond together.
It's true.
And they know you like nobody else does.
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Maybe a little too well. Two other folks in this play with you here. We have
Yes.
the Mildred character and the Sam the Butcher character. Tell me
bet.
about those actors and those parts here.
Terry De Benedictis is a scream.
She's very
funny. Hilarious.
She's got, I
Yes.
mean, it's a small gem of a role. She comes on and bam, she's there. And, you know, and then Michael's is a larger part. And he's the love interest for Ida.
Yeah.
Well, Terry is actually from Queens.
She is.
So she's
wow.
she's given
She's
us a
helping
lot
you
of
with
good
your-
information. Yeah, she's really funny.
helping with our accents.
Yeah.
She is hilarious. We did that reading with her.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, she's something else.
Yes.
Yeah, she was great.
Yeah.
I saw her picture and I said, Fran. Oh, no, Terry. Name's Terry.
Susie Collins has helped us with our dialects,
Yeah.
too.
As she, Susie.
Yes.
Yes, and that's been, I think, challenging for all of us.
It's been-
all of us.
All of us. All of us.
That's right.
Yeah.
Quarter.
That's right. Yes. Susie's helped me with accents as well. She's really good at that.
Very.
Yeah, how did that happen? She came in and just...
It was
She was,
it was our
invited to
yeah.
Oh,
be
neat.
the dialect coach by Joey.
Nice.
And
So you had one-on-one time to work
no,
on
she was
this,
with
or-
the group.
she was with the group, but it was
Yeah.
it was very helpful and
Very
very
helpful.
thinking that we were saying certain words right and we were nowhere near what we be saying. But yes, she was very helpful. She's always helpful.
Yeah.
Yes,
Sure.
she is.
Like that kind
Whenever
of
I do a show with a dialect, I find myself talking that way at home a lot.
I do too. I
My
have been
husband goes a little bit
Yes.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you can stop that.
Are you booking a cruise to Alaska? I've been talking Alaska.
Alaska.
I didn't sleep too good last night. Yeah, it's
Like
funny.
Canasta.
In Alaska.
You guys are going to just kill this
Yes.
thing. We got to see a little bit of the show earlier. You guys were doing a scene, and I think here in a few minutes we're gonna talk to your director and see what she's going to say about you.
Do we have to leave the room?
Oh, I don't know. We'll see what she says.
She says yes.
We'll break all the legs. I know you guys are going to do great.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes.
Connie, Heather, and Phyllis.
Thank you.
Thanks for talking
Thank
with
you
us
so
and let
much.
us come and
Appreciate it.
interrupt your rehearsal.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yes.
very much.
Awesome. And here we are again talking with the folks who are putting on Cemetery Club.
Yes.
And this time we are talking with the director and the stage manager. The director is Joey Hartshorn and the stage manager is Riley Pope. Thank you very much for talking with us.
Thank you.
Directing and stage managing here at the Cemetery Club. Joey, is this your first experience directing or
No.
are you an old hand at this?
I'm an old hand at this. This is my first time here at
First time at
Pace.
Pace. Nice.
It is,
Oh,
yes.
wow.
So what an honor to have been asked to come and direct this fabulous show that
Yes.
highlights all these amazing, talented
Aren't they
actors.
great? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we were just talking with, and what a neat facility.
Yo,
Yeah.
This is
Beautiful.
Is this your first show here, Riley?
I helped out with the children's show the last couple years, or the last 2 years that they've been here.
Okay, cool.
And I've worked with Chanticleer my whole life. It's where I got my start
Oh,
when I was like
excellent.
5. So
Oh
it's-
my gosh!
Yeah, it's great to
Part
great
of
to
the
be here.
Chanticleer family for sure.
Yeah.
It's
What a
been
blessing.
amazing to see
Yeah.
the transition and get to experience the people who have come from the old building and getting to see their excitement toward the new building. It's been a beautiful transition, and it's so great to be here.
Now, have you always been doing directing, or Were you on stage for a while?
I act, yes. And I prop
wondering.
and I costume.
Okay.
So I kind of, yeah.
You've been
I
doing
like
a little
to
bit of
do it all.
everything?
Do it
That's
all.
cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And what was really interesting is that I've only lived in this area for 3 years.
Oh.
So, and I actually was cast in an OCP show that I drove down from Sioux City to.
Oh.
And that kind of brought me down to this area.
Sioux
So
City,
it's just an interesting.
What show were you in at OCP?
The very first one was Bridges on Madison County.
You were in Bridges. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
So, as a director in this particular show, what are the things that you really wanted to bring out from the script? What are the things that really spoke to you that you wanted to make sure that those scenes went the way you thought of them in your head?
The complexity of a relationship that the women have, that we have together. It's amazing, and it's scary, and it's daunting, and it's powerful, and it's sad, and it's a little selfish at times, and just it's the roller coaster of everything. But when women connect,
Yes.
they connect. And it is for life. There's a line in this show that I love so much, and Ida says it. She says, I may not like you very much right now, but she loves her.
Yeah.
But don't like you, you know.
Yeah.
And when you run into that, it's lifelong. I mean, friendship is, forever.
Right.
And so you take care. You take care of the friendships. You keep them safe, and you keep your friends close. And that's what I kind of wanted to hit on that. And it's pretty deep. This show is emotional. It's hilarious. It is friendship. It's love. It's loss. And it is moving on. And finding it within your heart to be able to accept the things that have come.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and I think for women who have lost or have been divorced and then they get into their 50s and older, there are some women who they never want to get married again. I'm never doing that again. And then others, they find a different part of themselves and they're like, no, this is great. Like I found my wings and now I want to go do this other thing. And it sounds like all of these characters, and I haven't seen it yet, so I can't say for sure, but it sounds like all of these characters are kind of taking a little bit different path. So they're all taking,
And they do.
Yeah.
You hit the nail on the head.
Oh, okay.
They really do.
Yeah.
One is this, like the rock in the stream,
Yeah.
never moving, always there, just a constant. And the other
Right.
one is kind of wants someone to think someone else, something else. So she's kind of flipping back and forth. And then we have Ida, who knows that there's more.
Yeah.
And doesn't want to be alone.
Yeah.
And she knows that whoever she is with next is not Murray,
Right.
her husband, that
Right.
has passed away. But she's okay with that because she wants to share and experience more to get in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes people, boys and girls are raised to think that is the ultimate thing. The family is the ultimate thing and marriage is the ultimate thing. And then all of a sudden, especially as women, I think we find that our life becomes about our partner, and it takes on a completely different thing. So when they're not there, it's like, where are they?
Yeah,
Most
where are you
definitely.
now?
Most definitely. And you will see Lucille and Doris go head to head. They just battle constantly, but they still love each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just don't agree.
And what's really beautiful about the show is that they don't try to find a right answer. Like all of these women are following these separate paths, and it is not like the show tells you at the end, oh, this person was right. This is the right way to do it.
Yeah, they're not trying to pronounce
Yes.
Jesuit. That's really nice.
It addresses some of the complexities of grief and life after something like that. And what's great, especially as a young woman, is to see this kind of like really beautiful and intricate representation of what the female experience is kind of like in this sense and in this obscure kind of gray area of life between, my husband dies and I die. It's that life and that time span that as women we are kind of almost how do I put it? We are led to believe that family and, like you said, that partnership is the ultimate goal. So to see the representation of these women who are past that and who all go about it different ways and orient this time in their lives, it's beautiful. And I think it's something that can resonate with anyone and everyone.
Yeah. I think it's good. I think it's good to see sisterhood.
Yes.
Absolutely.
On stage.
And done well.
Yeah.
And not done, and not just like for a laugh or for a hoot. And this show seems to be sort of unexpected in that it is so funny, is that the serious moments almost creep up on you.
Yeah.
Just because because it is a funny show.
Yes.
But it's like they very much use the humor to address some really serious issues.
What's amazing is that the complexity of what's happening with the three ladies, Phyllis, Lucille, and Ida, which Connie, Heather, and Phyllis hit amazingly well. They're so talented, and they just are so genuine. I love that aspect
Yes.
of being on stage and bringing reality and making it real. I mean,
Yes, that was the first thing I noticed when
Yeah.
we were watching that scene, is everyone was very genuine. That's an excellent
Yes.
word for them.
Yeah, and it's really funny
Yeah.
because, I mean, those three ladies, like, they are truly putting their personalities into the character. Like, they're able to find the things about themselves that they can connect to the characters with. And it's kind of sometimes hard to see when they're coming in and out of character almost, because they're just so authentic in the way that they present themselves.
Yeah. Wow. And you've been doing theater for a long time, Riley. I mean, since you were little. So
Yes.
how about stage managing? This is your first stage management?
It is actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
First time
Yeah.
stage manager.
Wonderful.
Breaking her in.
Yeah,
It's
I was
been a
gonna say
great
she gets to
experience.
learn
Good for
from
you.
you.
Yes.
That's
been
fabulous.
fabulous.
I think that a lot of theaters need to be able to teach.
Cross-train.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
I think
I
that is
agree.
something that is very necessary to keep that flame and that fire and that passion of theater going.
I had just done stage managing the first year, this time myself, and I assistant directed the first time this year myself.
Congratulations. Yeah.
And I think I'm more excited than I ever have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no, absolutely.
And I never thought that, stage manager, big deal. But I was like, hey, wait a minute.
Well, you look at things differently.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And he did, and an assistant director, and thought about it differently, and it really it changes my perspective just as an actor. So
Oh,
actors,
yes.
go do something different as well.
Right,
Also, or do props,
absolutely.
Yeah.
or help build the set.
Get
'cause-
yourself behind this, like, behind the stage. There's
Yes.
more to it
For
than just
sure.
what you see, and it's great to get involved in the other aspects.
Yeah, I was really happy to do that, and it kind of made me re-excited all over again.
you bet.
And it's nice that you say that. That's a great goal for any theater.
Well, because
To
I
have.
mean, actor or whatever you're doing, you can always get caught in that rut.
Right.
Yes.
You know, and then you just have to once again, well, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
You know?
It's like,
Yeah.
but if you did other stuff, you could be doing other
Yeah.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But so I think
So
that's
many
a good way
aspects.
to-
So many aspects.
Really. Yeah.
And it's not so disappointing that if you're just an actor, then you don't get the part. It's like, but
Well,
you can
that's what
go
I
be
was
the
gonna
assistant
say.
director.
Oh,
Or
you
you
still
can
get to
go
be
be
part of
the
it.
stage
wow.
manager.
Listen
And
to you.
even-
You just minimize just an actor.
No, but I'm just saying, come on, because that's all I was. That's all I did. I was just an actor. I didn't
Right.
even
Oh,
consider
no.
myself
Right.
that. I actually call myself a performer. So I sometimes I hate saying actor because it feels like I should have had school, which I didn't. So I've been trained by various people and organizations, but not actual schools. So
Sure.
I always hate to say actor because it feels like I should have a degree.
I
if
would love
say
to see
that.
you on stage.
I don't
That's-
know.
Yeah.
But yes, performer, just a performer.
I do. And I just want to also say that we have like Riley coming on board, and we've got excellent help with this show. I mean, from all the way, from top of the Chanticleer ladder,
Yes.
coming down and helping us.
Yeah.
And then I have my husband who is also building the set.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, by himself, single-handedly.
Looks great so
Yes, and it's a little rough. It just needs some cosmetics right
There you
now.
go. There you go.
But I mean, we got onto the stage on the 21st, and he's been working.
Oh, wow.
Steadfast.
Wow.
Through the holiday.
Yeah,
and
and you've only been there a week, yeah.
Yeah, and working in a shared space, I mean, it can have its difficulties,
It's true,
but
it's
what's
shared.
also so wonderful is that there are people always in this building who
yeah.
are going to stop you and say, oh, what are you a part of? What are you here for?
Yeah.
And you get to kind of, like, I think kind of in the early days of our rehearsals, there were some rehearsals for the orchestra going on, and I'd be walking out in the hallway, and I'd pass someone, and they'd say, "Oh, are you working on the play right now? What's it about?" And we'd have little conversations, and it's really sweet.
Yeah.
And when they moved out and left us the stage, they wrote on the whiteboard, like, "break a leg," and it's just,
Yeah.
it's sweet.
And then the
There's
ballet
a,
was
There's
in
a built-in
and-
community.
I would say
I
it's
saw
nice
that.
having that community just already here. You arrive
Yes.
to it, and
What a-
everybody's
this
sort of
is-
supporting.
This is a magical place.
It really
really-
is.
no, it
It
is.
really is. Every time we come here, it's like,
Yeah.
this is pretty
is.
darn neat.
What was really sweet was there's an actress in her show. I don't really want to say her name just in case she doesn't want her name put to this quote.
Fair enough.
But she herself is a widow, and she had mentioned how like she sees herself in these characters and in these women, and she herself is able to recognize kind of the value in what she sees and connect with it. And,
Right.
Absolutely.
yeah,
Grief
she
is
feels that
very
it's
real.
real. Yes,
Yeah.
it's real, and the show is able to really kind of bring it forward and make it real. Make it real.
Well, and I think a lot of it speaks to how well written this particular play is.
Ivan Mitchell, he wrote it in 1990. It was actually went up on Broadway in
Nice.
the Brooks Atkinson Theater.
Wow.
Yes, and then in 1993, like the ladies had probably stated already, is
they
when the
did the
movie came
movie.
out.
Yes, they did
But
the movie.
hey, the plays.
I was
Oh,
saying,
yeah.
It's a lot deeper.
and well, and all the reviews that we saw too, the play versus the movie. Everybody likes to play better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody likes to play better.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's an easy choice, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like a great pick, and it sounds like you guys have
Yes.
had a lot of work just putting your heart and soul in this. So that is.
It has been, but once
Yeah.
again, when you're surrounded by amazing talent and a great team.
For sure, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's
this
easy.
is probably the second small, in quotation marks, show that I've done.
Right,
And the cast
yeah.
like under 7 to 10, or obviously this is like 5.
Yeah.
But it's a different experience from when you do a full out production where
Musical or something. Yeah.
you don't get as close to the people. It doesn't get to be as personal and intimate of an experience. And I think for a show with a concept and a story like this, the fact that it's a small cast lends itself so well.
Yeah, it
For
really
sure.
does. Wow. Well, thank you for taking the time to let us crash your rehearsal today.
Thank
It
you
was
for
such a
coming.
pleasure to
Thank you.
meet you all.
Oh, this
Yes.
is wonderful. I'm so glad you're here.
Oh,
Yes.
thank
Yes.
you. We
Yes,
really
thank you very
appreciate
much.
it so much.
Yes, indeed. And it's the Cemetery Club, and it's going to be at Pace, December 2nd through the 4th, and the 9th through the 11th.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The Cemetery Club runs December 2nd through the 4th and 9th through the 11th. The Chanticleer Community Theater will perform it at the Hoff Family Arts and Culture Center at Pace. For tickets, go to paceartsiowa.org. Thank you for listening and supporting the arts in the Platte River area and beyond. Please subscribe to our podcast so you are sure to catch all of our future episodes and join us on social media. We are on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Music for this podcast was used with permission by Screaming Skull Productions. See you next time on the Platte River Bard.